There has been so much of a conversation around this man called Shahjahan. Let's quickly put the story into a bigger perspective. We are talking of the big battle of 2024, and do not forget West Bengal, a very, very critical state with 42 seats here. The last time around, the BJP picked up 18 of these seats and the Trinamool got 22. Now, till about last year, Sandeshkhali was a nondescript village. No one had heard about it until what happened in 2024. And the link from Sandeshkhali is then to the man called Shahjahan, who's been handed over to the Central Bureau of Investigation finally. But the Bengal fight is now getting focused on the Mahila voters, on wooing the women voters. Now, if you just look at the data, any kind of data that you see, whether it is from the assembly elections, the Lok Sabha elections, you will realize that one very important reason why Mamata Banerjee has been able to ensure that the BJP does not, sweep her only citadel right now is not just the minority vote, but also the Mahila vote. Now, in a bid to breach Mamata Banerjee's that Bengal bastion, the Prime Minister earlier today held a mega Mahila rally at Barasat. Now, Barasat is just about 80 kilometers away from Sandeshkhali amidst a lot of chants of Modi, Modi. The Prime Minister was directly speaking to the women electorate, to that Mahila voter, and he said that they have been betrayed by the Mamata Banerjee government. The Prime Minister also pulled no punches when he lashed out at the Bengal government, calling this Mahila Virodhi Sarkar. He lashed out at the alleged state patronage extended to this tournament of Sandeshkhali, and he also underlined that Nari Shakti is critical to ensure a Viksit Bharat. First up, exactly the sharp attack that has come in from the Prime Minister.
यहां की टीएमसी सरकार को आपके दुख से कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता। टीएमसी सरकार बंगाल की महिलाओं के गुनहगार को बचाने के लिए पूरी शक्ति लगा रही है। संकट के समय बहनें आसानी से शिकायत कर सके, इसके लिए महिला हेल्पलाइन बनाई गई है। लेकिन टीएमसी सरकार इस व्यवस्था को यहां लागू नहीं होने दे रही है। ऐसी महिला विरोधी टीएमसी सरकार महिलाओं का कभी भला नहीं कर सकती। साथियों, भाजपा के इन प्रयासों के बीच इंडी अलायंस क्या कर रहा है, ये भी देश को जानना जरूरी है। केंद्र की भाजपा सरकार बहन बेटियों के हित में जो भी प्रोग्राम बनाती है, इंडी गठबंधन की राज्य सरकारें उस पर ब्रेक लगा देती है। भारत की नारी शक्ति विकसित भारत की एक सशक्त स्तंभ है। बीते 10 वर्षों में बीजेपी सरकार ने लगातार काम किया है। जनधन योजना के तहत करोड़ों बहनों के बैंक खाते खोले हैं, जिनमें से करीब 3 करोड़ लाभार्थी बहनें अकेले हमारे पश्चिम बंगाल की है।
And just after this rally, the Prime Minister also met with the victims of Sandeshkhali. He's promised them justice. This is how they responded.
ওদের মতো করে আমাদের ভুল পথে রাস্তায় নিয়ে গিয়ে আমাদেরকে রাস্তার মধ্যে আটকে রাখা হয় এবং আমাদের মোদিজির সাথে আমাদের দেখা করতে না দেওয়ার জন্য এই প্ল্যানটা করেছিল, সেটাই ওরা সফল হয়েছে। আমাদের সন্দেশখালীর মা বোনেরা কোনো দিন যাতে কারো সহযোগিতা না পায়, সেই জন্য ওরা এই চালটা খেলেছিল।
আমাদের সন্দেশখালী মা বোনেদের যেসব অত্যাচার হয়েছে সমস্ত কিছুই ওনাকে বলেছি আমরা।
প্রধানমন্ত্রী কোনো আশ্বাস?
হ্যাঁ, অবশ্যই উনি বলেছেন আমাদের পাশে থাকবেন, সন্দেশখালীর দুর্গাদের পাশে।
उन्होंने आश्वास दिया है, आश्वास दिया है कि हम कुछ करेंगे, आप लोगों के देख रहे हैं, आश्वास दिया है हमने, उसमें आश्वस्ति में हम खुश हैं।
And even before the Prime Minister touched down in Bengal, was Mamata Banerjee actually preempting this strike, because she made this quick announcement talking of a lot of Mahila-related schemes that she has launched.
সব বিপদে আপদে পাশে থাকে, ওদের জন্য 750 টাকা করে এপ্রিল মাস থেকে বাড়ানো হলো। 2 হচ্ছে যারা অঙ্গনারী ওয়ার্কার আছে তারাও 8,000 250 টাকার মতো পায় এরকম। তো ওদেরও 750 টাকা করে বাড়ানো হলো এপ্রিল মাস থেকে। আর যারা ICDS হেল্পার আছে তারাও 6000 সামথিং পায় এবং তাদেরটাও 500 টাকা করে 1 এপ্রিল থেকে বাড়ানো। তাদের জীবন শুভ হোক, ভালো হোক, আরো ভালো করে কাজ করুন, ভবিষ্যতে আরো সুযোগ সুবিধা পাওয়ার জন্য আমরা সবসময় মামাটি মানুষের সরকার আপনাদের সাথে ছিল, আছে এবং থাকবে।
And just in case you're not aware, ladies and gentlemen, Mamata Banerjee has at least 55 schemes that are related to women that are working in the state of Bengal, something that has helped the TMC actually get in that particular vote. But what could Sandeshkhali do? Could this actually cost the TMC in the Lok Sabha elections? On the screens, we are just going to put out a graphic to tell you what does a Mahila vote mean for the BJP and the Trinamool. But before that happens, I also want to introduce a panel of guests who've been very patiently waiting. Neeti Jain is spokesperson of the BJP with us. Also good to have JVC Sriram with us. He, remember, is a very sharp political strategist. He's been looking at a lot of constituencies, doing a lot of number crunching, along with Tauseef Rahman, the spokesperson of the Trinamool on the show, and Lokesh Jindal is a political analyst. He leans towards the Congress. But Neeti and all gentlemen, with your permission, I just want to take a minute to talk about these graphics that our team has put out, because this will really tell you why Mamata Banerjee today is so worried. Mamata Banerjee, the last time around, whether it's the assembly election, whether it's a Lok Sabha election, look how the women voter has really helped Mamata Banerjee retain her bastion. Whether you talk of the 2016 elections or the 2021 elections, these are the Bengal Assembly polls. The BJP gets only 10% of that Mahila vote, but the BJP wants more of it. In 2021, they got a 37% vote. So you've seen that sharp rise. The Trinamool, on the other hand, in 2016 had a 48% Mahila vote, and the TMC then in 2021 gets a 50% vote. You must be wondering what happened in the Lok Sabha elections. So the answer now is on your screens, 2014 to 2019. In 14, the BJP gets 12% vote of the Mahilas. In comparison to a Trinamool, look at the numbers, 42%. That is how staggering it is. In the next assembly Lok Sabha election in 2019, the Trinamool gets close to 47% vote. The BJP not very far behind, 38% vote. So that is how the BJP could be hoping to break the citadel of Mamata Banerjee. So without wasting more time, Tauseef, you should be really worried. You know, if Mamata Banerjee believes that she has this hold over this Mahila vote bank, will Sandeshkhali prove to be her Achilles heel? Has Mamata Banerjee taken that women voter for granted for far too long, Tauseef?
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening to everyone. Ma'am, first of all, Trinamool Congress doesn't believe on particular vote side. They don't believe just being on the minority side or the women's card or the men's card or the Adivasi or whatsoever. We are such students that we are doing a syllabus from day one since 2011. And we don't just start studying overnight that tomorrow we have an exam. We have lots of schemes which have benefited to the people of West Bengal, whether you're a man, woman, or whatsoever. Everything is equal, whether you're Muslim, Sikh, or whoever you are. But you know, the whole thing coming from Narendra Modi's mouth that he's talking about Nari Shakti. I mean, you have to know, and the people of Bengal should know, he gave a ticket to a person from Asansol who uses the word term called Bengali Mal to our females who belongs to Bengal. The Bengali females as a Bengali mal. Specifically.
Tauseef, interesting that, you know, from Manipur you've graduated to that comment, which is fair enough. Neeti is going to respond to that. But tell me something. What had stopped the Mamata Banerjee government if you were really, you know, so concerned about everyone, Mahila, Garib, the minority, everyone, like you said, कि आप भी सबका साथ सबके साथ में विश्वास करते हैं. Why did you not act against Sheikh Shahjahan?
See, since 7th Feb, when the court intervened, asking for a stay on the investigation by the AD, and 55 days, you know, you have to give a pat on state machineries that decide all the gimmick, all the massacre which was created by Bhajpa. Sheikh Shahjahan right now is behind the bar, not like Brij Bhushan, who's roaming like a lion and who's going to contest election in India after assaulting the women of West Bengal.
Tauseef, you're saying that after what happened in Sandeshkhali and after whatever you've done vis-a-vis Sheikh Shahjahan, you should get a pat on your back. You know, the viewers are watching this. The jury is out on that. But let me see if Lokesh is wanting to give you a pat on the back, then JVC and Neeti, I'm just coming back to you. Lokesh? Do you want to give a pat on the back to Mamata Banerjee for what happened in Sandeshkhali and the entire way the issue was handled?
Well, we see that there were deliberate legal and institutional barriers that were created by the Enforcement Directorate to make sure that the arrest doesn't happen. Because when a stay order was put into effect on 7th of February, the High Court had barred the West Bengal State Police from initiating and carrying out any form of investigation. So the entire criminal procedure code was brought to halt. It was only after on 27th of February that the High Court gave permission that the arrest could be given effect to. So over here, your entire presumption, assumption that it was Mamata Banerjee's government which was not executing the arrest is absolutely wrong.
Lokesh, I don't know whether even you believe what you're saying, because, you know, this has gotten fact-checked multiple times. Neeti wants to come in. But Lokesh, just take 10 seconds to tell me that what stopped the opposite, you know, the entire INDA alliance. The Prime Minister says, Gandhi ji ke teen bandar ki tarah aap sab khamosh rahe. It did not bother to anyone, whether it is Rahul Gandhi, it's Priyanka Gandhi, or absolutely anyone else. What stopped all of you from making a comment on what happened in Sandeshkhali?
Well, on what should we have commented upon?
On what?
The interference of ED not allowing the state police to carry out the investigation. Were we supposed to comment upon why is ED deliberately politicizing this entire issue?
What about the women? Remember Priyanka Gandhi once said, "Ladki hoon, lad sakti hoon." Have you forgotten that?
I mean, then why did ED not enable the West Bengal Police Administration to carry out the arrest?
Okay, I'll now let Neeti come in. I'll now let Neeti come in. Neeti, it is only because of the central agencies that Tauseef and his government could not make the arrest. Lokesh says he's absolutely right.
You know, I think both of them are highly not understanding the matter. The stay was on an SIT that was ordered by the court, which was supposed to be a joint SIT. So that was the stay on. There was no stay on the police to go and arrest. Plus, this stay was in the matter of the ED. There was no stay on the matter of the women or the land grabbing cases for the police to go and make that arrest. So please stop hiding behind this excuse that there was a stay. The second part being, you are patting your backs on,
Tauseef, wait,
on the action that has been taken.
We'll go one by one. Neeti has just begun to respond. Let her complete her point, then you can counter her. Neeti.
Thank you. And it took them 55 days to arrest one rapist. The arrest was only made after the court said that the ED and the CBI could go and arrest him independently. It was then that overnight the police was able to find Shahjahan Sheikh and arrest him. So it was about protecting him then, and it was about protecting him now when TMC government goes to Supreme Court to stay this handover to the CBI. So this has nothing to do with justice. This has nothing to pat your backs. And Lokesh ji, especially you, I think you should talk to Adhir Ranjan ji, who has been sitting there alone against what has been happening there. So the Congress is especially in a double situation right now. They don't know is side jai ya us side jai, support kare ya against jai. So this
you
is
never know Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary if he you know has a change of heart, Neeti, and he wants to join the BJP. That's on a lighter note, because these days, you know, there is so much of an exodus of a lot of these netas going into the BJP. But Tauseef and Lokesh, before I let you come in, because JVC hasn't spoken yet, let's get him for the overall picture before you gentlemen counter here. JVC, what is at the crux of this entire Bengal story? You know, Bengal is a state that the BJP has been very, very closely working at. Look at the personal connect the Prime Minister has. Now, women electorate, whether it is nationally, is a huge vote bank for the BJP. How could that change vis-a-vis what has happened in Sandeshkhali and to the Mahila voter for Mamata?
See, it is as clear as daylight that Mamata Banerjee and the local police have been protecting this accused, this rape guy, the guy who was raped, you know, mindlessly. In any other place, he would have been placed in the arrest. And do you know how he walked? The optics. Lokesh Jindal is giving a pat on the back of somebody. Lokesh Jindal has gone blind. Has he seen how that guy walked when he was arrested? He walked as if he's walking into his own palace. He's a rapist. And how can you defend a rapist? Do you have an Abhishek Singh Manvi, who is a very tall leader?
Please let him complete. We go one by one. Let him complete, please. I know it's hurting, but you have to be able to hear everyone.
He was the one. He was the one who argued for this rape accused who is going to be convicted. Now, this is a spectacle which is showing up in West Bengal. And do you think the Mahila vote is going to go for Trinamool Congress and Mamata Banerjee? Mahila votes are coming to BJP. And BJP, Mr. Modi, has committed himself to Gyan, which is basically Garib, Yuva, Annadata, and Nari Shakti. Okay. And Nari Shakti, this is how you treat. And Mamata Banerjee has been projecting herself as a woman leader. And today it completely stands exposed. And don't be surprised, BJP might breach the 30-figure mark in West Bengal this time. That is the power of Mahila. And the Mahila are going to talk on the ballot and not just by making any sounds.
I think that's a huge statement that you are making, JVC, and because you've been working on ground, picking up a lot of this assessment, Tauseef, this should really worry. If it did not worry you, should you forget the fact that Mamata Banerjee, Niti, you would also recall this, and Lokesh, this is also for your information, that she in the assembly had said that it's the BJP and the RSS to be blamed for what happened in Sandeshkhali, Tauseef. Before we hear a break, quick response, Tauseef.
Of course, that is the truth. I mean, Suvendu Adhikari and Sukanto Majumdar, they wanted to do a big boss show in Sandeshkhali. And without due respect, women dignity is not negotiable. I'm not talking about the women's there. The court will take its own law. CBI has taken Sheikh Shahjahan. But I will read you the court summon, what the court said on the 7th February till 27th February.
Tauseef, you must not take the voter for granted. You must not take your voter for granted. Exactly what JVC said. Give me a few minutes. We are heading into a quick break, Tauseef. On the other side, we'll play out this entire sequence, that walk of Shahjahan. People will remember that. There's a reason why Mamata Banerjee is worried on the other side of this very quick break. Welcome back. So we are discussing, will Sandeshkhali actually cost the TMC in the upcoming Lok Sabha elections? Niti, JVC Sriram, Lokesh Jindal and Tauseef Rahman continues to be with us. And because we have limited time, Tauseef, I just want you to keep your comments very limited. Do you believe that at least now you can apologize for the conduct of the West Bengal government vis-a-vis what happened in Sandeshkhali? These women are wanting justice.
I mean, you see, this conduct was deliberately made, or this conduct was real, or where we were lacking behind, but we did our job. Now we wanted to go Supreme Court because we have our reservations with CBI and ED. But anyways, he has gone with the CBI. But I want to tell you, when we talk about Nari Shakti, if you don't interrupt me, maybe no one will like. When we talk about Nari Shakti, BJP, and I want to tell my females who are staying in West Bengal and all over India, BJP ऐसे लोगों को टिकट दे रही है आसनसोल से जो माल टर्म यूज कर रहा है बंगाली माल. इसमें no one wants to talk about this. No one wants to talk about this. They're all in the back seat.
Tauseef, it'll be unfair if I do not let Niti respond. My director tells me I've run out of time. Niti, just 5 seconds because you must respond to this. 5 seconds, please.
So I think, Tauseef ji, you've forgotten the fact that that ticket had been withdrawn for that matter, and you are the one for the 55 days who was supporting a rapist without wanting to take an action. You went to the Supreme Court for the single reason to protect this man, and the only thing I think the entire country wants to know is why do you want to protect Shahjahan Sheikh? What are the secrets that he's hiding?
What are the secrets he could be hiding? What could this mean for the big battle of 2024? Apologies, JVC and Lokesh, I could not come back to you for your second comments, but we'll keep our focus on that big story. Thank you to Niti and all gentlemen for joining us.